Wurkkos TS23 flashlight. Didn't we review this before? Sort of. Stick around. Alright, look what I got from Wurkkos. It is a TS23, and you're probably saying, man, you've tested a TS23 before, but not like this. I have not. Multi-modes, all the way up to 5,000 lumens turbo, high of 1800, medium of 800, low of 300, eco of 50, and a moon of 10 lumens, which is pretty awesome for a flashlight this big to have something that low. Yep, Chinese made by Wurkkos. They make some nifty stuff. I've tried some of their stuff before, but check this out. Let's, how do we open the box? There we go. Look at that color, guys. I am usually a black flashlight 10 out of 10 all the time guy, but that is a nifty green. It's a kind of an OD green. Really like that. Comes with spare O-rings and a lanyard and a charging cable in case you need those things, and obviously the destruction book. One of the things that I do love about the Wurkkos is externally chargeable via USB-C. I'll charge this thing up and I'll test the outputs in a little bit. But in general, guys, I've always been really impressed with the TS23, one of the higher output lights I have ever tested at any price point, and understand that this price point is much cheaper than the other super high output lights that I have tried out. Also, you've got little teeny window breakers on the bezel, and the bezel's not super aggressive, like it's not going to rip through your pants, but it is a neat little flashlight. Oh, and look, the button isn't black, it is green as well. And the silver pocket clip, which is reversible, so you can put it in your pocket that way, or you can slide it onto your ball cap. Now, I'll tell you, this thing is not a light, it's a weighty light. This is really a duty size light, so I don't know that a lot of people are going to pocket carry it, but if you're looking at it, man, it's 8.2 ounces. So it is not a lightweight illumination tool. How about that? And I say a light, and then everyone goes, but wait, it is a light. I get it. In general, guys, I find this size light to be good for being on a duty belt, glove box, toolkit, something like that. I think we probably need to take, if I were a betting man, I'd bet there's something keeping, yep. So if you do get one of these, guys, make sure you get the little illuminator, or I'm sorry, the insulator between the battery and the light itself pulled out, otherwise it won't work. Big 21700 battery, 5000 milliamp, lithium ion. And you got the O-ring at the threads there to keep your water resistance. Let's see. Ooh. There we go. Nice and snug. Guarantee you the head's going to get pretty toasty if I turn that on. Let's talk about the modes real quick before we get into beam shots or anything else. Alright, so let's see if I can talk about all the modes without getting too far into the weeds. One click turns it on, another single click turns it off. If it is off and you hold the tail switch, you're going to go into that eco mode where you get 10 lumens super low, and then if you click it, it'll turn off. Now if you just click it on and turn it on and then hold it, you're going to go through eco, low, medium, or high. So I think it's 2, 3, 4. So eco, low, medium, high, then back to eco. So that's the real basics. Now if you do double click, boom boom, you're going to get the turbo. That's as bright as it gets. And then if you go, I'm sorry, let's see, double click and then double click again, you're going to go to the Moonlight again, which is the low. Now, if you do 3 clicks, you're going to start cycling through some different modes. So 1, 2, 3, you're going to get strobe. 1, 2, 3, now you're going to get SOS if you want to use that. And then if I do 3 clicks again, you're going to get beacon. And that's just an occasional flash. Now, if you want to lock this out so that you don't accidentally turn this on, 4 clicks will lock it out. And then you got that little flash, and then if I try and turn it on, it'll give me a flash letting me know, hey, that's not going to work. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, it'll give you another, and now it's turned on. Now it also has a tactical mode, And tactical mode really reduces the number of different outputs that you get. If you, while it is on, you do 4 clicks, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're in tactical mode. And tactical mode is a little bit simpler. With tactical mode, when you turn it on, boom, you get all the light, turbo, which I like a lot. If you're gonna use this for work, I think I would probably put it in tactical mode. And then in tactical mode, if it's off and you hold it, you're gonna go to that Moonlight again. So you can still get lower if you want. But in addition, guys, if when it is on, you hold it, it will reduce, so that you can also use it for, like, I don't know, searching around if you don't want the blasty of lights. And then I do believe that it's still got strobe, SOS, and beacon. If you double click, yeah, and then double click again, now you're gonna get the SOS, and then double click again, gives you the beacon. 4 clicks, once again, will lock or unlock. And then 4 clicks when it's on, we'll put it back to the outdoor mode. Really kind of depends on what you're going to use it for. If I were going to use it for work, I'd probably use it for tactical, because as soon as I turn it on, I want that really bright light. And then when I turn it off, I just don't want it. And then, you know, if I want to reduce it, I can just hold it, and then I can use that. Say if I'm digging around car seats or looking in the back of a car or out in the woods, but I don't need really long distance light. It's not getting too warm. Let's see how hot it gets. Let me get the temperature gun. We'll let it sit. It doesn't feel really all that hot, and it's in turbo mode right now. So I'm not getting crazy numbers out of this thing. It's not burning hot. Yeah, highest I'm seeing is in the high 80s. Easily, you know, comfortable to put the hand on. I'm sure it's stepping down some as the light stays on, because it's not going to stay at full bore for the entire time. It's got to step down. It's circuit protection, protects the LED. You know, just something to be aware of. But I got to tell you guys that the modes are easy to deal with. I'll test the outputs here in a second. I'm going to give it a full charge just to make sure we are on the same page, because anytime the claimed Lumens and Candela are given, they're always giving it a full charge with any given battery. So we'll play with that. I'll get a quick charge on it. You've got a charging indicator right here. I'm sure it is, let's see. If it is red, it is charging. Full charge indicator is going to be green. And then when you turn it on, if it's green, you've got 75% to 100% on the battery. Yellow is 50 to 75. Red is 25 to 50. And if it's flashing red, it's less than 25, and it'll stay flashing. You'll notice that it doesn't stay on unless it's at super low. So right now I've got yellow. So it's right now it's between 50 and 75%. So we'll charge it up, and we'll see what kind of outputs we get. Okay, so a quick set of indoor beam shots. The near wall is 4 yards away, far wall is 10 yards away. This is the Moonlight or lowest setting. So it works pretty good indoors. And then if we go to the low, we see that. And then if we go to the medium, pretty good light, pretty good spill. And then high, quite a good amount of light for indoors. And then if I go to turbo, much brighter. Now, this is 5,000 lumens, guys, and I've heard people say too bright. I still don't find this too bright. It's just a lot of light. I'm not blind. I can still work with what I'm doing. Let's talk about outdoors next. Okay, let's talk near outdoors. The tree line's about 20 yards away. If I go into the lowest setting, you're not going to see it much. But then if I go to actual low, I've got a little bit, medium, a little bit more, high. I'm starting to actually see it. So when you're dealing with something like 20 yards, and then there is turbo, which is a ton of light. So let's talk about more distant. All right, the far signs out in the distance are about 180 yards. If you can see where that car is coming right there, it's about 180. So once again, here's the lowest. You can see some of it on the fence. That's 10 lumens. You're not going to get much with this. And then if we go to low, low looks like this. So once again, we've got a little bit,
And then medium, pretty good. You can start to see that street sign out there, the reflection. And then was that high? No, I'm sorry, that was medium. That's high. So pretty good. And then if we go to turbo, yeah, that's a ton of light, a ton of output. You can see the street sign very easily. I think the stop sign's actually obscured by the tree at this point. It's kind of overgrown. And there's a car past it. You can sort of see the front license plate on it. That is a ton of light.
All right, so the secret is out of the bag. Guys, this light behaves exactly like the other one that I tested in terms of output. And I want to mention, by the way, that while it didn't quite hit the 5,000 lumen mark, it cranked out every bit of 4,500 lumens, the brightest flashlight still that I have yet tested in terms of total output. And it was exactly the same as the previous one, which tells me that Wurkkos' quality control is exceptional, right? They're not a bunch of random lights coming off. You're getting a good light every time. So I was impressed with that. And this one, when I measured the candela, was waffling between 52,000 and 56,000 candela, a lot. Still not too much light for what you need. And obviously you can adjust it to dimmer lights as needed if you don't want the full blast, including the ability to do a little moonlight, which is, you know, nice and gentle. So if you just want to cruise around kind of looking for your keys or whatever and not blast the entire neighborhood, you can do that. But if you want the neighborhood blaster, boom, it's there. And it is there for a long time. The amount of light that you get before it steps down, it lasts a long time. The head doesn't get too hot. And even after the step down, you're getting over 1,000 lumens, which is impressive for a light this size battery. And yeah, it's a little bit chunky for a pocket, guys, but I'm telling you what, I like it. And I haven't even gone into the green, which I find a very pleasant shade of green. I'm not normally one to get crazy about the color of lights. Obviously, 99% of the lights I look at, review, and own are tactical, blactical. They are just what they are. But I do like this color. I think it is a striking color. I think it's very pretty. And for those of you who care about such things, man, I think this is a nifty looking light. Now, obviously you can get it back in the regular black, and I think they got other colors too. I never even really talked about the price, guys. This thing, for the amount of output, is stupidly low priced. All the lights I have seen that put out anywhere close to this amount of output are double or more in price. Wurkkos brings the value, brings the quality. And I don't know what else to say besides that. I don't want to go on and on into depth. It's a beautiful light. It puts out a lot of light, so it is visually pleasant and certainly very useful. And I like it. You know, in general, I'm pretty pleased with and enamored with Wurkkos' product. I think that they bring a lot of value for the price as compared to a lot of their competitors. Man, this is a decent, awesome light. Really, it's all I want to say. You guys have seen it before, and so I don't want to wax poetic about it too much. But guys, I'm enamored with it still, and it was kind of cool for Wurkkos to send me a green one to give me the opportunity to kind of fall in love all over again with their TS23. I'll end this here, guys. As usual, if you enjoy gear reviews, especially flashlights, knives, and some other stuff, occasional health and fitness, some firearms content, and whatever strikes my fancy and might interest you, then stick around for the remainder of the ride. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, guys. I do my best to kick out something interesting at least once a week, if not a couple times a week, depending on the amount of stuff that I get hold of to review, or stuff that catches my eye and makes me interested in playing with it. I'll finish this here, guys. Take care, stay safe. I'll talk to you soon.
Get him, Jay.